Okay, this is our first stop, and this is the water meter room.
Water meter room.
We are in the basement right now, and what direction is this?
This is the southwest corner of the building.
Okay.
Following the key numbers on the locks.
Which, are we going to get those?
Michelle already
I
has.
can give you a
Okay.
list of them.
Okay, that would be good. A list of the keys and the locations?
Right, what
Ah.
doors they go to.
Okay. So, very good. This is the,
South water meter room, or this is the only water meter room. This is your water meter for the building, and it is the also the main inlet for the fire pump system for the building.
okay, right here on the top we've got the meter.
There's your city meter.
Yes. Which we said is not read outside, but somebody comes in once a month and reads
Must be
this?
read here, and there is also another meter which gets very little usage, which is the fire pump bypass meter.
Okay. And the do we need to know anything about these pressure gauges? 50, is that 50 pounds?
That would be city pressure.
Okay. And up, we had a little furnace here.
Check valves. Yes, that is city pressure. And what you're also looking at is the main sewer outflow for the building, a large black pipe. in the
Okay,
corner.
got it.
That's the one and only storm and sanitary outflow for the building.
Okay. And you described this guy over here earlier, and this.
It's got huge outlet on the other side, a huge cleanout port on the other side, and this would be the only way that the plumber could get a rod machine in
I
that
see.
size sewer.
Okay.
Hey, this device is the trap for the stormwater system for the building. It prevents sewer gas from coming back out the roof drains and any other outside drains in the building.
Okay.
In the corner here is the main gas inlet.
And you said this is a double system, one is redundant?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
What you have here is a medium pressure inlet, which is a very small pipe, and medium pressure comes in, goes through two governors to reduce pressure, and then takes a much larger pipe to discharge through the building at a lower pressure.
Okay.
Further,
Oh, yeah.
many of these lines carry heat traces in them, which are for, to prevent freeze-ups, and that is a typical heat trace thermostat.
Okay, and this is right up in the, is this right on the panel upstairs?
It goes back to one of the panels, yes.
Okay, we'll get to that in a bit.
All right. This is the triple trap, which serves garage drains. It's for the purpose of catching garage sediment and, more importantly, oil and any gasoline. These three pipes up against the wall are the vents for those traps. They typically need to be pumped out once a year.
Has that happened yet?
I don't know.
Not yet this year.
But someone's done it? Well, how do
Since the
they?
building is open, yes.
Yeah, okay.
Within the last 6 months.
Okay. Good, and we are right outside the.
Once a year is an approximate time. They certainly should be checked once a year. If they're not catching sediment, there's no point in spending the money on cleaning them.
I see. Is there a visual inspection that we have to just pull the cover and look?
It's simple with a stick in the bottom,
Okay.
Or a plumber's spoon, which will allow you to see how much sludge is in the bottom.
Okay.
Trap.
Okay.
The large concrete coffin here on the west side of the garage basement.
We are basement. There we go.
All kitchen lines drain into this catch basin or grease trap. The access point to this grease trap is a manhole cover or two up on the first floor.
Okay.
You'll note that the inlet pipe is at a somewhat higher level than the discharge pipe on the other side, and on the inside there's some type of a baffle. This is the inlet pipe,
Okay.
discharge pipe if you wanted to go around the back.
Oh.
You see the discharge pipe. This is the discharge pipe.
Here we are at the front room.
Okay, major equipment. This is the domestic water pressure pump system. It's a 2-pump system with a pressure tank. The pumps are variable speed pumps, which is saves on energy and also reduces noise and water handling, changes it, which is remarkable, a marked change in water pressure.
Okay.
The pumps operate in an alternating fashion. Under very high loads, it's possible that both pumps could run at once. Also in here is our 2 basins, actually 3 basins. One being a settlement basin and a sump pump. The other being a basement basement sewer ejection system. I believe that the larger one is your drain tile line, and I believe that your these 2 are your sump pump, lower level sump pump lines. We'd have to check with the plans to be sure.
Okay. Okay. All right. You want to talk about the?
These should be open and visually inspected periodically, perhaps once a year.
Thanks, Rick.
Okay. We're now looking at the fire pump system, which is consists of a large fire pump and a smaller jockey pump. The small jockey pump maintains pressure and takes care of small drops in pressure, which are not uncommon as the building goes from being warm to cold as water contracts. The jockey pump is activated by a drop in pressure. The larger pump is activated by a drop in pressure beyond what the jockey pump can hold. There are two types of sprinkler systems in the building. A wet sprinkler system, which is what you'll find in all of the apartments and all of the heated hallways, and a dry pump, or excuse me, a dry system, which is what you'll find in the garage and some areas adjacent to the garage, such as storage areas or others that might have lower temperature. The dry system is actually a system that is filled with compressed air, and when if the sprinkler head is activated, the compressed air is released, and then a large valve will open up and allow water to pass through on a particular floor or zone, depending on how it's laid out.
Okay.
All of the other sprinklers in the building actually have live water in them.
Do you want to point out which is which here?
Okay. Obviously this is the main pump. This system over here is goes to the lower level of the garage is the dry pump.
Right. Okay. Now it's coming back to me.
Excuse me, is the dry sprinkler portion of the system. The reason for that again is is it's capable of standing below freezing weather. This air compressor is marked dry sprinkler air, and it's very important to maintain the pressure in the dry system so that water does not flow through it.
Are there more than one? You know, periodically I hear compressors kick on and off. Is there one on the roof too? A compressor? Or am I hearing this?
No.
I hear something come on for like 15 seconds and shut off. Fire panel. Let's talk about this guy.
Okay. This is the main control panel for the fire pump. It's fed with its own separate electric service and its own separate electric meter, which comes directly off the Edison transformer.
Okay, and this is the off-limits room here?
That's an off-limits room. You'll never get in there. That's where your building transformer or transformers are. I don't know how many are in there. That's up to Edison.
Okay.
And but that's directly fed to this meter and then into this pump panel, which gives you a pretty good explanation as to what the system status is.
Now, yeah, these flashing lights, these are all these are sensors that are being read in the panel upstairs. That's the...
They are, right, wherever you see these small flashing panels, what that is a almost a continuous, but it's a, what do they call it, a polling read of all sensors. Of all of these valves that are wired, all the pump status, flow switches, pressure switches, valve tamper switches that are all part of the fire sprinkler system. Small guy over here?
Yeah.
Okay, this is a sprinkler timer control. Is an irrigation timer control for the south and east exterior planters on the building, along with the various shutoffs, an electric valve operated by the timer, and a backflow prevention valve to make sure that no planter water gets back into the water supply of the building.
So this timer is... Oops. Ah, I see.
Right now, the timer is in the off position. Let's see, is that right, Michelle? It's in the off position for the season. I don't know if it's been started up.
Okay, that's what you said. And they set these timers?
No, we set the timers. They turn the system on and repair any lids or any holes in the
Okay.
Space 1401.
Okay, in front of parking space 1401, control valve, main drain.
It indicates that it's above the ceiling tile.
Okay, which is right there.
And that would be the control valve for the garage sprinklers and the bypass drain valve should there be a need to quickly drain the system.
Okay.
Okay.
And we're a telephone CATV room. Very good.
This is in the southeast corner of the basement. This room is the main point for the entrance point for the building's phone lines.
Okay, and here we have our recorder for the security system.
Your, what is it called? A DVI?
DVI?
Digital video recorder.
All right. Someone asked about this. We were getting a quote on the internet. What is that? Firewall?
I don't know. I think that that's the internet connection for the two commercial spaces
Oh, okay.
for the VoIP phones that are there.
Good to know.
So
Okay.
it's, if you will, I believe it's tenant or individual commercial unit related.
Now this unit heater up here, has that got a thermostat on it?
That one does. Yes.
Okay. So those are kind of preset, and we...
It has one right in the back.
A dial?
Yep, that little twist knob.
There we go. Okay. Ah, okay.
You have no access to.
Got it. And the janitor's closet. Okay.
If people wish to know, these are, this is the connection point for the tenant and upper floor electrical bus ducts. You'll notice there are 3 bus ducts that go up, and we'll find those going up later on.
Okay. Rick, what's this guy? I know there's one right by the back door, too, and there is no glass on it, but I don't know what it is.
That is the, let's see, elevator. It pertains to sprinklering in the elevator.
Oh.
And at the request of the fire department, all of the glass was taken out of these except this one box.
Okay.
Fire department requested that no glass be put in any of the boxes that are were required to cover valves around the building for fireman safety.
We were at the switchgear room. All right. Up to you, sir.
Main electrical switchgear room for the building contains all of the primary main switches.
This is the main shut-off here?
No, there are
Oh,
there are several.
okay.
Let's we cut for just a
All
second.
right.
Let's. And here is building main switches, and
Is this the main electric meter?
that's your main electric meter for the building.
Okay.
And then the main switches that for each of the distribution panels around the building.
You tell me what those stand for. What is that DP?
Okay, EM would mean an emergency lighting panel. EL would be an emergency lighting panel, meaning covering exit lights and a certain number of hallway fixtures. Excuse me, EM is that's what these cover. Elevator, these will be the two elevators, elevator 1 and elevator 2. LP stands for lighting panel. DP stands for distribution panel, which would generally have heaters.
PP1?
Power panel.
Okay. All right. You got anything behind here?
And, let's see. Here's a lighting contactor.
We
which
came
is-
here thinking that was for the roof.
And I'm going to show you where the roof
Okay.
is up on the roof. But
All
this is running some outdoor lights on the basis of a let's see, of a photocell someplace. Here's lighting panel 1. It's called LP1, and with its legend inside.
Okay.
Here's distribution panel number 9. And let's see, here's your subsoil drainage duplex pump, various unit heaters. This is effectively your drain tile pump.
Oh, that we saw in the
That
other
you saw in the
room.
pump room,
Okay.
right? This would be your, here's a cabinet unit heater for the soffit. Here's your ejector pumps for the basement. Here's your hot water recirculating pump. Let's see, here are your 2 sump pumps. So we've accounted for all of the, accounted for all of the storm-related pumps and storm and sewage-related pumps, and here are a group of heaters. Okay. Here's distribution panel 2, cabinet heaters and unit heaters.
And cabinet heaters. what are-
Cabinet heaters are the box-like heaters that you have found in some of the lobby areas.
Okay.
And some of them are actually suspended from the ceilings. Unit heaters could be suspended from the ceiling. And again, these numbers will all correspond to heaters located on the electrical plants. Okay, distribution panel 4, here's its legend, and you can see fans and pumps.
Good.
Power panel 1, okay, this covers the booster pump and electric duct, 2 electric duct heaters.
Great.
Why are they? Why the difference between power panel and distribution panel? I think larger breakers, bigger loads. Here's distribution panel 7. Exhaust fans, air handling units, baseboard heaters, generating room, exhaust fans, and more duct heaters. The EM or emergency panel room, which will contain elevator, or excuse me, let's see what's inside.
Okay. He's really cleaned these rooms up.
Okay, here we have emergency panel 1,
All right.
which again covers exit lights, emergency lights throughout the entire building, all the way from basement through penthouse. It also covers an ejector pump and some elevator lights, fire alarm system, things that are key to the building. And here are your transfer switches, which, if I recall the wiring correctly, means that when the power goes down and the emergency generator comes on, it will power these two pumps.
Oh, one's emergency lighting, one's the elevators.
Right.
Or
The
one,
idea
is it both the elevators or just one of them?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Because I know we had that problem, what was it, 6-8 months ago, and the power went down and there was no elevators? Was that because the generator didn't kick on? Do you remember that?
No,
I'm
that
not
was
aware of
triggered
it.
by a fire where
Yeah.
the elevators were called to the first floor, and they won't turn back on until the fire department comes and recess.
Okay.
That's right, because
That was-
if
that was
I
fire.
if I recall, and I don't want to be quoted on this, but I think you have the right cycle.
Yeah.
And that is when it does go into fire alarm mode, the elevators are sent to the first floor for the firemen so that they have command of the elevators, and everybody's expected to go down the stairs.
Okay. This
Okay.
big black panel is fire alarm system. Very impressive.
This is the brains of the fire panel, which is upstairs in the upstairs lobby, or on the first floor lobby.
Okay. And we've got a company that services. Is that on our list of suppliers, Michelle? Or the vendors?
We have a fire panel monitoring system.
Batteries?
Batteries and lots of instructions.
Okay.
Batteries.
Yes. And actually the back door is right where we came from just a minute ago. This is our power washer in case of any insurance claims. We own this. Yeah. It's my favorite. This is the generator that in case of we get knocked off the grid.
Power failure.
Yep. And what is it, every Tuesday this thing kicks on at 10 o'clock?
It's either 10 o'clock or 2:30, or 10 o'clock or 10:30, excuse me.
All right.
Every Tuesday.
Okay. And
Here is the
Okay.
generator powers this panel, and if you'll take a look, it has 3 breakers on it, and it fires the fire pump. It fires elevator 1, not
okay.
elevator
That's what
2,
we asked earlier.
and it fires the emergency panel.
Good to know. Okay. Do you want to show us where to put the gas in and the batteries?
I'm really not a good service.
I think it was over
but,
here.
what I can tell you is there's a fuel gauge
Oh,
here,
yeah,
and
okay.
in the middle.
I think we checked it last time and it was like 3/4 of a tank.
It's a 3/4 of a tank.
Good.
And let's see, batteries.
There's some batteries. Here they are.
Batteries on the far side here.
Now, if the batteries go down, is there something on the notifier panel that will tell us, or how will we know something's wrong with this?
There is a generator panel. First of all, there's a control panel here that has a fair amount of
Status?
memory information on it. And there's
Oh, yeah.
also a lesser panel that's in the lobby next to the fire panel.
That's right.
That's where your fuel
Okay,
fill is.
this is the fuel fill for the diesel generator.
It's in the north elevator corridor.
Really? Oh, and here's another panel heater. Okay, getting this. And we are outside the unlabeled trash room. What do we call this?
Compactor room.
Compactor room.
Trash compactor room is just outside.
Okay. Exit to the outside. We're going to access this room from the outside since the key doesn't seem to be working. All right.
So compactors to the right.
Oh, here's the trash compactor.
Trash goes to the compactor, and when it gets past the sensor, that triggers it to compact the trash and push it into the dumpster.
Oh.
So right now, trash service is scheduled for Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
Oh, so do we have several of these? That
We have 2 compactor containers and 3 loose trash containers. So maintenance is able to pull this one off and slide it outside and put an empty one on.
okay. Ah.
This is also the janitor's kind of makeshift office or break room.
What's this?
That is a backflow preventer for, let's see, for your water connection here to wash this room out.
Ah, okay.
Very complicated device.
Okay. Here we just have, looks like a water line. Here we are on the first floor garage, and this is the other,
This is the irrigation system for the west planters.
and, and there's one more irrigation system on the,
For the north, it would have been for the north
By the dog run,
but
right.
since the north dog run is all rocks, there isn't much point in running it
Now, what did you tell me last time about we should water those trees periodically there?
if you're not turning on the irrigation system.
Oh, okay, so it doesn't make any sense to turn that on just for the trees? Is that what you're saying? We're looking above at the 3 manholes. I don't know if you remember the grease trap we saw on the basement level, but here's where they get serviced.
Edison, move over. Edison wall exhaust fan needs to run 24 hours a day.
The Edison valve?
For the Commonwealth Edison
Oh, I see,
transformer.
to keep that room cool. Okay. Oh, okay. No, I don't remember that at all. Thank you.
And that's, you had on a maintenance basis, the belt had to be replaced within the last month. It's been replaced, and I believe that they put an extra belt somewhere around and right above the machine.
How often does Commonwealth Edison come out to look at this?
Never.
Never, okay.
This is a problem.
All right, we're at the janitor's closet.
This is under the control of the maintenance service.
Okay. We've got mops, cleaning supplies, water heater. Sink. Nice sink in the back. And ladders. This is all property of the building?
It now is, if it had green paint on it, as this ladder does.
Oh, yeah.
It once belonged to the developer.
Okay. Well,
It says Thrush on the side of it.
is this for the like the bathrooms in the management office and things like that? Where is it?
Yes. What does that serve exactly? Probably the bath.
Here we are in the mail room at the package storage room. Okay.
And most importantly, behind the package storage room is the dry sprinkler valve closet for the first floor of the garage, which serves the air pressured, the dry sprinklers in the garage area on the first floor. So the control valve for that is in the back corner behind the boxes of filters that we're leaving tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah, I think we're going to see this later on. We
You're
saw
gonna-
something like this downstairs.
You're going to see, right, there is a system just like this. There's one in the basement. There's one basement pump room. There's one above the basement drop ceiling. This is the one for the first floor. There will also be a similar set of devices, similar set of valves on floors 2, 3, and 4 for the garage.
Okay. All right, we're in the
Tenant storage room. on the
Storage
second
room.
floor.
sorry. Oh, we didn't see this guy. Okay.
Air handler that, this is your compressor. Compressor and coil for,
What is the service?
should serve the second floor
Really? Okay.
exercise area. If you'll notice, there are no ducts attached to it. This is, what it's doing is only producing coolant. That's all it's producing.
Okay, and all the heat's that electric? Is it electric? Perimeter heating?
The heat would be electric at the other end, but this is just a...
Mechanical room in the fitness center.
Okay, quite sure. Be careful.
Oh yeah.
There's a killer up here, Peter. This is a
I see.
air handling unit. And this is...
It's not going to show up too
These
good.
are units where your coolant would feed into, your cooled, your cooled refrigerant feeds into. So these are then air handlers that discharge conditioned air into the lobby below and into the exercise room on this floor.
Okay. Okay. I didn't bring my flashlight. But...
Which is cabinet unit heaters, condensing units, and air handling units, exhaust fans, and a couple of baseboard heaters. One in distribution panel 6.
All right.
And distribution panel 1 is garage exhaust fans entirely. Distribution panel 6 is baseboard heaters entirely.
Electric duct heater. Okay.
Correct, so that in the winter months when there's air that's brought through that needs to be heated rather than cooled, this is the heating device. This area,
Okay, we're in the business center
or meeting room.
meeting room. Yes.
We're trying to adjust the
Okay.
thermostats this winter, but you know, all of you as unit owners can adjust the temperature on the cabinet heaters, on the baseboard heaters.
This is a scale of like 1 to 10 or something, or there's no.
That's it, right. They are simply screwdriver operated thermostats.
How do we calibrate them? Too hot, too cold,
Like
turn it
every
up.
janitor does up and down.
All right.
Just,
It's too hot, yeah.
meeting room.
Yeah, this is the second floor garage,
Southwest corner.
southwest corner. Good. We're on the fourth floor in front of the tenant storage locker.
Okay. Then we have distribution panel 3, lighting panel 3, and we also have light controller number 2.
This is
DP3. DP3 cabinet heaters, along with third floor and fourth floor HVAC control. Okay.
Okay.
Third and fourth floor HVAC control would be for that duct or that heater in the ceiling. Here's lighting panel 3. It's corridor lighting, 5 through 14. And it's also north and south outside lights, floors 4 through 7. North and south outside lights 5 through 10. And 11 through 13, all, as it says, via lighting contactor number 2.
Okay. Do you want? Can you describe this?
Okay, just come up here and shoot it if you can. You'll get the. All right. What we have here is a typical sprinkler control valve set that appears on floors 5 through 14. First of all, this is the valve that controls the water flow in an unintentional discharge of the sprinkler. This would be the valve that could be turned off. And in order to relieve the water on the floor, water pressure in the pipe for that floor quickly, this is the valve for the drain line, and it would be run from off to open, which is a 180-degree turn, and that would then drain the water out of the piping serving that floor as quickly as possible.
Okay. Could you explain how to operate the control valve?
The control valve takes multiple turns as I believe it's called a butterfly valve. And again...
And then did you twist something on the bottom?
No, this vein simply indicates the valve position.
Oh, okay, okay.
Right now.
We can watch that. Got
It
it.
indicates that it's wide open. Turning this sufficiently, we turn this 90 degrees, and we turn the valve off. On the 5th floor of the ceiling, you will find numerous small half-inch valves, which are hot water return lines. They all have, varying degrees. They're open at varying degrees in order to balance the flow of hot water to the various risers in the building. The main hot water riser is at the north end, so the valves on the south end tend to be more open than those on the north end.
This is the electrical meter closet on the 5th floor.
It's typical of floors 5 through 13. Next to each meter is a disconnect for each apartment, which would deaden all service to that apartment. And what you're seeing here are the bus ducts, which are carrying power up to the upper floors. And one that actually carries power all the way to the top floor. This is a typical hallway makeup air supply register. You'll find these coming down 14 through 5 and then also serving parts of the lobby downstairs. This is the makeup air, which is either heated or cooled, or sometimes just brought in raw without any temperature, without need for temperature conditioning. And this is important to the building because it provides the makeup air for the apartments, for furnaces, for dryers, and bathroom fans. Floor, and we forgot to stop on 10.
Okay.
We're on the 13th floor, and you're looking at the main distribution of hot water to the various risers, which are fed downward from the water tanks up on the roof. Other pipes up in the ceiling are gas pipes, only parallel types of gas pipes.
Okay. These, all these valves here are for,
They feed the downward hot water risers.
oh, they're tagged though, so we know which floors? Is that what all the tags are?
Yep.
Okay.
And they feed all floor. And what we're looking at are the low-rise cold water risers. These feed cold water going down and are governed by a master regulator from the main cold
this
water
guy?
riser for the building.
Okay.
And it's for the purpose of making sure that you don't have excessive cold water pressure on the lower floors of the building.
Alright, makes sense.
Sprinkler control, it's located 1/2 flight up from 14 to the roof.
So the penthouse units have their own separate system?
Every floor has its own separate system.
Oh. Oh, I see, this is just halfway up, got it.
Because these are high floors.
Good.
This is a high floor.
Okay.
Okay, what do we have up here? We've got the south elevator room, the air conditioning and heating unit for the south elevator. South elevator equipment.
Would you say these are special elevators with bands instead of cables?
Cables are now flat.
Oh, flat.
Flat steel bands coated in rubber.
Oh yeah, they sure are. Oh, and this room over here?
Satellite room.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Over there.
Yeah, so-
Walk over to the rail.
Yeah, they told me one is for international, and I don't know what the third one is for.
I don't know.
Here we go. Yeah. Sphere. Could you cover the maintenance of these the two big air handling units, or what we need to do with those, or how do we set the temperature? If we wanted to adjust like the hallway temperature.
Let's get this stuff first.
Okay.
Refrigerant line entrance points, and they're all sloped. All these lines are sloped downhill to prevent water from going back in there, but you still have to maintain the caulking around these line entry points. 3 water heaters, 2 storage tanks, 1 hot water return pump. There's another hot water return pump set on 4.
Okay.
Hold on here, let me just,
Power panel too?
yeah, these are your 2 large makeup air units.
Oh, for the main hallways?
Right, and and elevator number 2.
All right.
From Northwestern University.
Elevator, let's see, hot water
Circulating
return
pumps.
pumps, elevator room AC units, cabinet heaters,
Stop by next Wednesday
roof outdoor lights,
for a free
14th floor outdoor lights via lighting contactor 3.
Oh, so do you think those are the ones we're going to need to interrupt to install those timers? Okay.
Let's see, that's merely a standpipe, fire department connection
Okay.
with a flow valve on it. This is something that it's tough to get this guys to do it.
Ah, okay.
That one
Yeah,
probably
that
needs a
doesn't
new
sound
belt.
good. What is this service then? Is this a tier?
This would serve, let's see, is it dryers all the way down, I believe.
Dryers.
That could either be a bad belt, or it could be a chunk of lint on the fan, giving it its imbalance.
Yeah.
A number of things. It comes off, you shut the thing down, unscrew the top, find out what's going on. Top ventilators like this, they occasionally need a new belt. Something noise.
This is Carl Franklin saying goodbye from Preston Bradley Hall and returning you to WFM.
Now we're talking. Ah, okay. All the goods.
The goods, controllers, diagrams.
Yeah.
There's even a number here from McQuay's tech line.
Oh, good. This is good summer reading material. Come on the river, get some sun. Okay, thanks.
All right. Which is heating the 100% outside air that's coming in.
I see.
Filters are in the 3 doors at the east end of each of these units. They're banks of 2-inch filters.